The shift is finally happening. People are waking up. For the past couple of days, I've been seeing so many videos of other white creators talk about their experiences with other white people. And you know, they got that white fatigue. And like I say this all the time, bro, no set of people are a monolith. All black people aren't the same and all white people aren't the same. But with the whole black fatigue trend, they tend to group everybody in as one. So I feel like it's only fair that, you know, everybody else is grouped in as one. And if we do that, bruh, it don't really look too good for white people. I don't want to go off on a tangent right now, but you know, they lead in most, sex crimes, pretty much all crimes, child PDF content. You know, I can go on and on. This is not a video to talk about them. I'm gonna let the white people express their concerns.
White women are a danger, okay? They will compliment you to your face and then call the cops on you behind your back. They are disingenuous, and it is performative. I will tell you, as a white woman who has been around white women my entire life, that little white girls and little white teenagers and young white women and middle-aged and old women, things that they say to non-white people are not the same things that they're saying in an all-white room. White women don't want to see their ex dating someone who's not white. They don't want to see someone who's not white take their job spot. They don't want to see someone who's not white have a better car or a better house or a better outfit, okay? And when they get mad at someone who's not white, they're going to bring race into it. They're going to say really nasty racist things, regardless if it's to your face or behind your back, even if it has absolutely nothing to do with race. They are going to start saying some really wicked things because white women are a danger. They are a danger to minority communities.
Hey, she said it, not me. We gotta take her word from it. She's white. She be around white people, and most of them are not going to tell the truth. You get what I'm saying? They're not going to tell us how they, you know what I'm saying? So I applaud her for saying that. And just like as a personal like experience of white people, you know, when I'm walking around my neighborhood or I'm going to the stores, you know, I say hey to everybody. They say hey to me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I try to talk to my kids, but it's like always a thought like in the back of my mind, like just seeing how racist the internet is. You know, I don't know if some of these women are behind these racist accounts but I always got the thought in the back of my mind, like, oh, is this performative? You know, does she really like think I'm a fucking nigga? I don't know, bro. That's just my mind state. Yeah.
This discourse talking about how white people don't know how to wash themselves is really fascinating to me. And so I want to share my experience about how I actually learned how to wash and what it looked like in my white supremacist Mormon household growing up. Now, I always had washcloths available to me. They were always under the sink. It wasn't really enforced or taught. It was always in the bathtub. And it seemed like there was just kind of like one in there and then we'd change it every week. I was never touching it. I don't know if my siblings were touching it.
One every week? You're talking about for your face and your body? One a week? That's wicked. You know what I'm saying, y'all? But these motherfuckers love calling us uncivilized and you know, like...
I know when we were younger, we'd play with it in the tub, but when it comes to washing, the grossest thing that still grosses me out to this day thinking about it is how we would share bath water. I had 4 siblings. We'd all share bath water. When we were younger, it was either like 2 and 2 would go, or like after we'd each go in the...
Hey, I'm sorry to pause, bro. Sharing bath water? Are we serious? So telling me after your brother wash up, he wash all the nastiness out. You go in that same water and wash up in that? What are you washing? You might as well not wash. Like what?
The last person's bathwater. The grossest thing was my older sister. We're 22 months apart. She sometimes would shower with my younger sister. And when she was like 9 or 10 years old, our youngest sister came to us and told us that, hey, there's yellow stuff in the bathwater.
Oh my God.
And my older sister tooted. And we're like, what? We ended up getting out of my older sister that she was peeing in the bathwater. Now, mind you, me and her are 22 months apart. We shared bathwater my entire childhood.
Yo, this is disgusting.
I always thought we were clean until 2005 when I moved to Atlanta. White people don't talk about cleanliness. White people don't talk about cleaning themselves. White people don't talk about lotion. White people don't talk about their hair nearly to the scale that the black community does. I went there and I was dumbfounded by how much they held each other accountable to their appearances. Nails, hair, everything pristine all the time. And My mom, I felt like, was very much like that growing up. But it felt like this was like up like 10 notches. So that's kind of where I learned most of the things you should be doing, like moisturizing after you shower. I learned that in Atlanta.
I applaud her for coming online and telling her story because, most people, that's embarrassing, and like I said, I applaud her. But, isn't it a fact that, Africans did teach the Europeans how to bathe, and, we got the diseases and the Black Death back in Europe, and it could have been avoided if they just took a bath, so history, it shows that they weren't the cleanliness that,
I wasn't allowed to listen to Michael Jackson growing up. I wasn't allowed to watch shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air growing up because my family was racist. I just saw a girl do a video on all the things that she couldn't watch growing up, and she's younger than me, which means that stuff is still happening right now.
Man.
And it's just sad
because
I didn't realize any of that stuff was racist until I started playing football and, going to college, and then I joined up with the Army. And then during that time, I realized that everything that my family told me about Black people specifically were lies.
Hey, I just want to pause it because, this is why it's such a disconnect between the Black and the white community. Like, on one hand, I can see both sides, okay? So, on one hand, it's like they grow up like this. Their parents are telling them everything. They're brainwashed. So, as a Black person, we call them out. It's like, oh, no, you're just being a victim. Like, this is how it is for, it's like, it starts with the parents, bro. If you take two kids, a white kid and a Black kid, they're going to play together. They're going to be, like, the best of friends. Nothing is, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't see color. Hate is taught, bro. Simple as that. Hate is taught.
They're normal human beings, sometimes extraordinary human beings. And I mean, for some of the people that I was with in the Army, to be in the Army, they could have done anything. They were so talented. I was like, I knew why I was in the Army. I failed at football, so I joined up with the Army, but they were just such great human beings. And I feel like growing up, I missed a lot of that. I'm sorry that anybody that had to go through life like this.
This is the reality of many white Americans. They grow up hearing racist rhetoric that they don't know is racist until they actually go into the real world. This is the main reason why racism thrives in America. Parents teach the children then become parents, teach their children, the cycle goes on and on. Jim Crow was 60 years ago? That's not long at all. The parents of now politicians, lawyers, doctors lived during that era. Who's to say they didn't teach their kids that rhetoric? Not everybody is like this dude in this video right here. This dude probably is like 10 or 15% of white people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most of them are going to go after what they parents say. Not all, but most.
Here is some other crazy shit that my racist dad said when I was growing up. 100%.
Always taught, yo.
He told me, I think in high school, if I ever brought a Black man home as a potential romantic partner, that he would be disappointed. He didn't say, like, don't do that, but he was like, that would be really disappointing to me. When Obama won the presidency, I remember, I was literally in middle school. I was like 12 or 13. And I used to hate being in the car with my dad because we were trapped, right? Like, we were just trapped and we couldn't get away. And like, he would really utilize his time in the car with us to like lecture and like spew this hate.
Indoctrinate them.
And I remember he was always so pissed that Barack Obama's middle name is Hussein. And I remember him being like, Ali, his middle name is Hussein. And I was like,
I don't care.
Okay, like, I don't know what that...
Like, you're a kid,
like,
bro.
He was always expecting us to be as, like, outraged as him, but, like, we genuinely, like, didn't understand. I remember one time, my neighbor was a Black girl. Her name was Felicia. She was hella sweet. She would come over and be like, hey, can Allie come out to play, da-da-da-da-da. And I remember one time she had a sty in her eye. And, like, my dad saw it and was like, you shouldn't go in her house. Like, she's dirty. Like, she has... Yeah. Do you see that she has that? Like, don't touch any of her stuff. And, like, you shouldn't go in the house.
Little kid.
Trigger warning. This is where it gets kind of, like, really bad. Like, really bad. My dad didn't think he was racist, right? Because he had, like, a Black friend.
Oh, man, the Black friend.
And he used to say to me and my brother, there is a difference between Black people and
N-words,
And
niggas. And I hate this talking point. And Chris Rock, you to blame for this. You got to understand, these N-words or whatever, the hood people, they are just a product of their environment, okay? I understand, you know what I'm saying? We got to hold them accountable. But you got to also understand how they got here. They didn't just get like this out of thin air. So whenever y'all done with this video, go look up the 1960 black middle class, because we were doing pretty good for ourselves. We were spending money within our own community. We had businesses in our communities. Black families were together. Crime was lower. So do y'all kind of get the correlation? Now let's go towards like the 70s, 80s, the crack epidemic and them planting drugs in the neighborhood. It ruined everything. That is when everything started going downhill. Who did that? Ronald motherfucking Reagan, bro. And it's been going down. It's kind of been going back up, but it was a downhill slope when Reagan got in. He started doing all this evil shit, man, redlining, putting drugs in the neighborhood. You know, whole crack epidemic, a war on drugs. All of that messed up the black community. So now you got kids coming up from the effects of what happened, you know, in the 80s and stuff, bro. And it's like, I'm not trying to make an excuse, but that's what happened, okay? So this black people versus N-word, they're just a product of their environment, bro. Another thing, the black friend probably didn't even check the dad, like, hey, bro, you know, that's racist. Like, he's enabling it. And that's why we got so many black raccoons, black conservatives around here. You know, they feel good because they hear the white man say, oh, yeah, you're not like the rest of them. You're a good one. Like, they feel good when they hear that. It's an ego stroke. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to hear something positive about them.
there is a difference between black people and black people. Dress nicely, speak white, basically. Hey, stop. Have good jobs, are educated. Those are black people. I'm fine with black people.
Yeah, those
These are thugs and
ghetto hoodlums.
Ghetto
Yeah.
and would rob you and would you,
Even though they lead in it.
and that whole like super predator bullshit. Like
Yeah.
these people they're on drugs, they're dirty. Like that's the difference. We can be friends with black people, but like basically they're not even people. Like there was a very clear distinction in his mind, and he wasn't racist because he was friends with black people. He used to ask me from a very young age if I was a Democrat or Republican.
Bro, you're a kid.
The
Wow.
correct answer is Republican. And he would ask me that all the time growing up. Like when I was like 10, 11, he'd be like, you're a Republican, right, Allie? And I'd be like,
I don't
yeah,
know. Like,
I don't know what that means.
Right.
Like, but it was this super early indoctrination.
Indoctrination.
And then specifically, I remember, this was when I was in high school, at the Thanksgiving dinner table, he called people in the Middle East sand.
Saying, hey, that's what
N-word.
they call Myron. That's what they call Myron.
And like, I was like, Dad,
Like, why?
that is so messed up. Like, what are you saying right now? Like that, do not say that. Like, what is wrong with you? And he was like, what? They are.
Sad,
it was just
that's
like,
sad, bro.
it was bad. It was really bad.
Shout out to all of these individuals that was able to call out the BS in the white community, because a lot of them grow up like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get comments saying, yeah, their families grew up like this as well. They dads are like this. Their moms are like this, but they broke away. And they are the few that actually have a mind of their own and breaks away from it. But the other 60, 50, 80, whatever percent have this ideology, and they're going to tell their kids the same thing, man. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, though, man. If y'all want to see something similar to this, man, go check out White Fatigue Taking Over.